welcome back to Flat Tire Farm. Today I'm going to show you 2 ways that you can have a full-time indoor off-grid shower without running water and without electricity. 2 years ago, we started taking 40 acres of raw Alaskan wilderness and building a homestead on it. And this is how we've been washing and showering. We've got a fancy old school pitcher and basin method to show you, and an even fancier, almost real-like shower method. Because there's so little room in the shower area, we're going to do this part of the video in the kitchen. This is the pitcher and basin method. All you need is a couple of vessels, a bar of soap, and a wash rag. You don't need running water. You don't need any power. If you were going to do this outside, you just need something to hold your water in and some type of bowl or a second container for your water. Okay, so you need 2 containers. If you were going to do this inside, you're going to need the pitcher, the basin, something to hold dirty water in, and something to stand in so that you don't get your floor all wet when you're kind of bathing. So you can stand in just an old Rubbermaid bin. Anything that you can get 2 feet in is just about big enough, or even if you put a couple towels on the floor if you wanted to do that. Or you could take an old laundry basket and wrap a trash bag around it and call that good. Now this method is the one that they used in Victorian times for washing. You might have seen old illustrations or old pictures of a lady's vanity with a basin and a pitcher and a big mirror. Well, now you'll know how to use it. But first, we got to get the water in there. This is where we get our hot water from. It's a 10-gallon stainless steel stock pot that we keep full of water on top of our wood stove. It has a spout at the bottom so the water's easy to get out, and a temperature gauge, and it's usually almost boiling, if not boiling. So when we look at shower water, we do 1/3 of the volume of the water we're going to use with this water and 2/3 room temperature. All right, now let's go get the other water. And on our kitchen shelves, we have this 7-gallon Aquatainer jug. That's where we keep the room temperature water. Okay, now that we got the clean water in the pitcher, this pitcher is always going to be for perfectly clean water, okay? This bucket is going to be for yucky water. We're putting that on the floor, okay? Like I said, if you're outside, you're just going to dump it on the ground. It's no big deal, okay? You take the clean water, you dump it in the basin, okay? This basin is where you're going to do all the washing. You get your washcloth, you get it wet, you get some soap on there, you wash, 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 rinse it in there, wash, 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 rinse the wash rag out again, so all of your body dirt is going into this water. Then, when that water gets yucky, you dump it in the bucket. Okay, then we do it again. More clean water, wash rag, soap. Now we wash some different parts, right? Okay, rinse, rinse, rinse. Now back in the bucket, okay? And I think it's common sense. You start with the cleanest parts and work towards the dirtiest parts so your wash rag doesn't get too yucky too fast. That's all there is to it. This is a pretty simple way to get your body clean with a gallon of water. Now, if you have a full head of hair like me, you're going to need a second pitcher of water. You're not going to use the wash rag. You're going to make sure your basin's nice and cleaned out, okay, and empty. You're going to put your head over the basin, pour the pitcher of water over your hair, shampoo, pour some more water, rinse, conditioner, rinse. Dump the basin out when it gets full, and then for 2 gallons of water, you washed your body and washed your hair. Not too shabby for off-grid, right? Okay, now let me show you the shower method that we have used for the last 1.5 years and don't plan on changing anytime soon. Now that pitcher and basin method will work for sure, but it is a far cry from a real shower, I'll tell you that. This system is still off-grid, it's still very manageable in terms of resources, but it's a little bit more like a real shower. It's pretty comparable actually to a camper shower. Let me start by showing you kind of how we have things set up here. I figure we'll start here at the bottom and work our way up. We live in a dry cabin, which means we don't have water piped into our building. We don't have water that comes out of the faucet when we turn it on. And so this is going to be our supply water, okay? We're going to fill this 5-gallon bucket with warm water. It just sits on top of an old crate, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. And for catchment, because we don't have a drain system for the water to magically go out of our house, we have a 50-gallon Rubbermaid bin, and that catches all the water. When we're done with our shower, we just dump that into a different bucket and haul it outside. For the main part of the shower here, we basically built a shower surround out of 2 shower curtains. One starts here, goes around to this corner and this way, and then here's a whole other one that starts up top here and comes across for us to close the shower. Now you can see that on the other side of our wall here, we don't have sheetrock, we don't have vapor barrier yet. And that's, well, just because we're building out of pocket and there was a lot of moisture in our house the first year that we built it. So basically it had to dry out for 2 years. So this year we should be able to get the vapor barrier up and maybe get some sheetrock or real walls in. I don't know, we'll see. I'm pretty short, so I'll be on my tiptoes and I hope you can see at least most of my head. But there's a couple ropes that go across for us to hang our shower curtain on. One goes straight across all the way to that stud over there, and then one comes down from that floor joist and then ties to this rope and then back to the wall. And that creates the corner for our shower curtain to hang on, and also a place to hang a towel. Okay, this is the piece that makes all the magic happen. I have a brand new one in a box because we love this so much. Let's go back to the kitchen and I'll show you how it goes together and show you how it works, and then we'll get this baby running. We'll see how she does. Okay, this is just a little camp shower. It has a tiny submersible pump on one end with a hose that goes all the way to the shower head, okay? The pump is powered by a couple of different options, which we found to be one of the main reasons we bought this pump instead of some other version or variety. It has a rechargeable battery pack, and they actually come with 2 rechargeable battery packs. This connects into the wire that goes to the pump, has an O-ring on it so that when it's all connected, it's fully waterproof. Okay, you can stand in the shower with it, like I said. Okay, and then this battery pack has a little clip that can clip right onto the hose. So you can be in the shower and the clip is hooked onto the hose. So you're not going to lose hold of your little battery pack, okay? Now we hook it somewhere else and I'll show you that in the shower. But okay, so that's the basic system, and that's the setup that we use. But there is an alternative setup which I think is a little weird, but I'll show it to you anyways. They give you this longer cord. That this is the end that plugs into the pump, and then this USB. Well, I don't know about you, but my mama didn't raise no dummy, and I'm not gonna plug my shower head into the wall while I'm taking a shower. Like, that's like a whole toaster bathtub thing right there. I'm not doing that. But what I think it's for is you can plug it into this little cigarette lighter device for your car so that, you know, if you're out in the middle of nowhere and you got a bucket of water, you can plug this into your car and you have a long enough cord that you can stand outside of your car and take a shower. So that's cool. We've never used this part. So those 2 pieces might work for you, but they don't work for us. Before I bought this, I read a lot of the reviews and people were happy about it except for one thing. They said if you lose the charging cord for the rechargeable battery pack, you will never find another one again the rest of your life. It is not very universal. And so the way we resolved that problem was, this is the one from our actual shower. It says, shower charger, don't lose. So we know we don't lose this one. It's got a tag on it. If we do lose it, it can come back to its house where it belongs. It has a couple different mounting options. This is the one that we use in our shower. And we just put a screw in the wall and hook this on there, and then the shower head goes right on there. Easy, right? If you didn't want to have it as a permanent connection to something, you could use a suction cup. Like if you were using it in your car, it sticks right to your car window so that you have a place to hang your shower head while you're in the middle of taking a shower. Or if you didn't want to do either of those things and you were really roughing it and you wanted to hang it on a tree because you were a cool guy, you could put this hook connection on there, and then it hooks onto a tree branch or something, and you can have a shower under a tree if you want, I guess. Now ours came with a little mesh bag for travel and carrying, but ours stays stationary in our shower area, so this little mesh bag we probably just use for gathering vegetables or whatever. It does come with a couple of extra spare parts, some extra O-rings, and some filters. The filters are really easy to install. You just pop the bottom of the pump off. There's 2 little clips. You pop the bottom of the pump off, you put the filter in, you put it back on, easy cake. We have used the same system, the same exact piece of equipment for a year and a half now, and we've had no problems. One charge on the battery will last, I don't know, 10 or 12 or 15 showers. Like, it's a long time that battery lasts, and you have 2 of them, so you can always keep one charged. I think this shower is about 40 bucks, and we have the older version. The newer version comes with fancier batteries, I guess. But I'll tell you, we bought the first one. We loved it so much, we didn't want to live without it. So we bought 2 more, and we still are just using that first one. So it has lasted a good time for our $40, that's for sure. Okay, back to the shower. Okay, so now that you've seen all the parts of the camp shower part itself, I'll kind of show you how we have it set up here that works good for full-time use. When it's not in use, we hang it up here just so this pump can dry and not sit at the bottom of the bin. Remember I told you this battery pack has a little clip on it? It can hook onto the hose. Okay? We don't hook it on the hose. We hook it right here on the side of our shower rack. That way this part doesn't drop in the bottom of the tub, because when this hose gets hot or warm water, it gets really soft and pliable, and this little clip can just slip right off of there. Okay, so we hook it on something else, and you might want to do that too. But now we got to go get water. All right, just like the pitcher and basin system, this is where we're going to get our hot water. We're going to use 1/3 of what we think we're going to need for a shower. Using the shower system, we probably use only about 2 or 3 gallons of water. So we put the hot water in, and then we get the room temperature water. Okay, now that we got our water, we just take our submersible pump and I drop it right into the bucket. Now remember I told you there was a milk crate and then the bucket goes on top of it? That's just because this pump can't go down that far to the ground based on where we have the shower head. So we had to lift the bucket up a little bit, so we put it on a milk crate. No big deal. Now, you might have got a little puzzled when I said that we use only 2 or 3 gallons of water to take a shower. And that didn't happen magically overnight. We had to practice that. We practiced that when we lived in town on our on-grid property, and we stuck a 5-gallon bucket in the shower and practiced just, could we bathe with 5 gallons of water? And bit by bit, and learning different ways to do it and different procedures and different methods of showering, we've gotten down to 2 or 3 gallons of water. And that includes washing all this hair I got. Using less water is mainly about not having the water run the whole time. You kind of have to get used to that the water's not hot and pouring on you the whole time, and that takes a little bit of adjustment, but it's not too bad. Okay, so standard operating procedure for off-grid homestead showering at our house is you turn the water on, you get your hair wet, you get your body wet, you turn the water off. Shampoo, soap, wash, scrub, all the magic. Turn the water on, rinse all the soap off. Then, turn the water off, conditioner if you're going to use it, turn the water back on, rinse, turn the water off, all done. Pretty easy, right?
Hi.
Fancy meeting you here.
Yeah.
I got a couple of questions for you.
Okay, shoot.
What is your favorite thing about this shower system and your least favorite thing about this shower system? What do you think?
My favorite thing is easy. I love that you don't have to wait for hot water. When you're in a regular shower, you turn on the hot water and you get cold water for a little bit. This one, it's hot, like right from the get-go. I love that. That's my favorite.
Yeah, and I will tell you that using this system for so long, sometimes I'll take a shower at my brother's house and I completely forget that you have to wait for the water to warm up, and you're like, It's a bad day. So I'm on board with that. What's the thing you don't like about it?
The only thing I would say is watch out for the clips on the battery pack. They can break off. These clips, you got to be careful with those guys.
Yeah, so our extra battery pack, remember I said it comes with 2, the little clip broke off. And so then that can't sit here, and we have to make sure that it stays somewhere, because when you turn it on and you drop it, you got to try to figure out where it went, and you're all soaking wet, and it's a bad deal, and the water's just running. And that doesn't make a 2 or 3 gallon shower work very well.
Nope. So how about you? What's your most favorite part of it and least favorite part?
Well, I'm going to give 2 favorite answers. One is, I'm really happy having a real life shower in a completely off-grid system where we haul water, and, I think we're very fortunate to have put this kind of thing together. But my other real answer is about the battery pack. It can be charged if you have on-grid power, or like we have a small solar system. And so you can just plug the USB adapter right into, like the square you would use for your phone or whatever, and plug it into the wall. Or you can take that USB and plug it into your computer, or you can take that USB and plug it into the car adapter that they give you and charge while you're driving to the grocery store. And so there's lots of ways to charge this. So for those of you that have zero power, if you have a car, you can make it work.
That's right. Okay, so what's your least favorite thing?
in all reality, my least favorite part is the shower curtain.
Yeah.
You have to put it inside the Rubbermaid bin so the water doesn't go all over the floor, right? But it gets wet, and it's not like a shower surround, so it's not completely connected to the wall, and so it touches you while you're trying to take a shower, and I don't like that part. That is clearly my least favorite part.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a real shower surround would be like magic. And Mr. Reeve is very nice to me, and he hears me like mad in the shower. It's touching me, it's touching me. And so he will come in and duct tape the shower curtain to the wall behind it. But that seems to work pretty good, but then the duct tape kind of wears off sometimes.
Yep.
Okay, so one more question, Mr. Reeve.
Okay.
There is lots of off-grid camp shower options, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so why didn't we just buy the camp shower that you can plug into a propane tank? I don't have to haul the hot water. We don't have to heat hot water up on the stove and use that system.
Oh, because those are meant to go outside. They have an external vent on the hot water heater, and so you can't have that running inside. You're just putting your propane carbon monoxide in your face while you're showering
and
inside.
We would die.
Not a good idea. Yeah.
Okay, so we're not doing that. Okay. Living, yes. Dying, bad.
Wah, wah. So you gonna fire this baby up and show everybody?
Yeah, we got to get out first, though.
Yeah.
I left links in the description below for you for the equipment that we use today. Well, there it goes, and that shot is way too tall for me to get into, so I guess we're ending like this. Thanks for joining us on Flat Tire Farm. Stay tuned for more videos.